We'll have a introduction as well as a small discussion on two important topics in any quantitative aptitude testing: average and percents. So average and percents are the most familiar topics that you would encounter in any type of quantitative aptitude testing. Solving problems based upon averages and percentages does not require a rigid mathematical foundation, mathematical knowledge, or an approach in that way. Instead, it is all about your basic understanding, your common sense, how you apply what you have learned or what you know in your day-to-day life in solving those problems. And these average and percentage is one of the most interesting topics in quantitative aptitude. So we'll see some formulas as well as a few type of problems that will give you an insight on how to approach problems based on average and percentage. Our first topic is average. What do you mean by average? Average is also known as arithmetic mean. Average or arithmetic mean. What is mean by average or arithmetic mean? So it is actually defined by a mathematical formula. Sum of the number of all the elements that are considered. Sum of all the elements that are considered divided by the total number of elements that you are considering at that particular moment. That is average. Average A is equal to the sum of the elements considered. So average A can be defined as the sum of all the elements that you are considering by the total number of elements. A is equal to S by N. A very important analysis that you can find here is, since A is equal to S by N, yes, you can find the sum S from this formula. It is average into N. So these two are the most important relation in averages. Average is equal to sum of all the elements by the total number of elements, and you can find the sum from this relation. Sum is nothing but average into the number of elements that are considered will give you the total value. Fine. So these two are the most important relation in average, and this is more than enough for you to approach any kind of problem. Fine. Okay. Now we'll have some tips on finding on simple average problems, or the most obvious knowledge on average related problems. Now the first fact is, consider you have 5 elements. All the 5 elements are similar. Say consider 10. You have 4 elements and all the elements are similar or equal in value. You are asked to find the average of these elements. You need not apply the mathematical formula. It is obvious from the fact that when all the elements are similar, the average must be the same value. Average of these numbers is nothing but the same value. You can check it out using your relation. Average is equal to sum by n. So average is nothing but 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, that is 40, divided by the number of elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Average is 10. So instead of going for a mathematical approach, it is obvious if all the elements are similar or equal in value, then average is also the same value. Another interesting fact. You are given 4 values, say 5, 10, 7, 21, and you are asked to find the average. What is the procedure for finding the average? Average is equal to 5 plus 10 plus 7 plus 21 by 4. Total number of elements 1, 2, 3 and 4. So your average is 43 by 4. So it is somewhere around 10.7. 10.75. So the average of these four values is 10.75. Can you find something interesting from this, from your observation? The average value 10.75 is greater than the least value that has been considered. What is the least value that has been considered here? It is 5. So average value 10.75 is greater than the smallest value 5, as well as it is less than the greatest value in the element, that is 21. So in any case, if you are finding the average will be greater than the smallest element that is considered, and it will be lesser than the greatest element that is considered. Average will be greater than the smallest value and lesser than the largest value that is considered. So now you are given, say, 4 values. Based upon this fact, I'll tell you an interesting problem. Now you are asked to find the average of these 3 values, and these 3 values are larger in magnitude. If you want to apply your mathematical approach, you need to add all these 3 elements, divide by 3. But before getting on to that approach, it would be more efficient, or it would be a little helpful for you to observe these values. Just see, the first one is 2521, the second one is 10,516, third one is 9372, and the fourth one is 6815. It is obvious, without going for any mathematical approach, you can decide that the answer choice must be D. Say whether D is the approximate value or the exact value, whatever it is. The only possible value can be D, or at least only the D has a certain probability to be the answer for this question. Why? 2521. From the fact that we previously learnt, average will be always greater than the smallest value. The smallest value here is 5781. Your average must be in the range of 5782 to 9370, because it must be lesser than the greatest value. So the greatest value is 9371. It should be less than 9371 and greater than 5782. So in that fact, A goes wrong, B goes wrong, C is 9372, which is also not proper, and the possible value is 6815. Another important fact in average is you are given, say, 4 values, 5, 2, 4 and 9. You are asked to find the average, so find the sum. 5 plus 2 plus 4 plus 9 is 20, divided by 4. The average is 5. Now you are adding another value, say 5. Previously you have been considering the elements 5, 2, 4 and 9. Average was 5. Now you are adding another element to this set of elements, say 5. What will be the new average? I am considering the new average as A1. You need not apply the formula and waste time. Instead, have this in mind. If you are going to add a value that is equal to the average, the average will not get changed. So the new average will also be the same, 5. Do you want to check it out? So just find the sum. The sum of these numbers is 20. 20 plus 5 is 25. 25 divided by, now the number has been raised by 1, so 5. Average remains the same. When you are adding an element that is equal to the value of the average, the new average will also be the same. There will not be any change. What happens if you add a number, say a new element, say 4, or a new element, say 3? Now you are adding an element that is lesser than the average of these four numbers. Obviously, your new average must be less than 5. It will never be greater than 5. Just see 23 by 5. 23 by 5, 4.6. So, if you are adding an element that is less in value when compared to your existing average, the new average will be less than the previous one. Similarly, if you are adding a number greater than the average, say 8, the new average will be 5.6. The new average will be 5 that is greater than the existing one. So you are given 4 choices and you are given this data. The average of 5, 2, 4 and 9 is 5. A new element, say 8, is added. What is the new average? First have a look at the answer choices, and if you find any answer choice that is equal to 5 or less than 5, you can straight away eliminate and arrive at the answer which is greater than 5. We'll have a look at different kinds of problems, very simple as well as little difficult problems that are commonly found in any quantitative aptitude testing, which you can solve it even using your basic mathematical knowledge. You are asked to find the average of first 40 natural numbers. Consider you are asked to find the average of first 40 natural numbers. So find the average of first 40 natural numbers. So we have learnt a formula in our basic arithmetics. First, the formula is nothing but average is equal to sum of all the numbers by the total number of elements. What is the sum of all the elements? We are considering first 40 natural numbers. So 1 plus 2 plus up till 40. The total number of elements is also 40. How to find 1 plus 2 plus till 40? They are first 40 natural numbers. In our basic arithmetics module, we have learnt a formula how to find the sum of n natural numbers. To find the sum of n natural numbers, S is n into n plus 1 by 2. So n here is 40. 40 into 40 plus 1 by 2. The answer will be 820. So using this formula, you can find the sum easily, that is 820. Now you substitute the value of S in this formula. It is 820 by 40. So the answer is 20.5. Fine. 0 and 0 get cancelled. So 20.5 is the average of first 40 natural numbers. So use the existing formulas in various other areas, let it be basic mathematics, basic arithmetics, or fractions or decimals, and make use of them in solving your problems on averages. Okay, so this is a good example for a problem which involves the formulas that we have learnt in basic arithmetics. So you are given a question like this. You are asked, it is given that the average of 4 consecutive even integers is 27. Average of 4 consecutive integers is 27. Find the largest number. So analyze your problem carefully. What are the facts given? One is the total number of elements is 4 and they are consecutive, even integers. So you are considering 4 consecutive even integers and the average given is 27. You are asked to find the largest number. So what are consecutive even integers? In our basic arithmetics module, we have learnt about consecutive integers. consecutive integers are which for which the increment value is the same. That is, if it is x, the next value will be x plus 1, x plus 2, and so on. Here it is given that you are considering 4 consecutive even integers. For even integers, the value of the increment will be 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. So let us consider the 4 consecutive even integers as x, x plus 2, x plus 4, and x plus 6. The 4 consecutive even integers are x, x plus 2, x plus 4, and x plus 6. You are given that the average is 27. What is average? Average is sum by total number of elements. How to find the sum? Add all these 4 values. Upon adding these 4 values, what you will get? There are 4x. So 4x plus 6 plus 4, 10, 2, 12. 12 divided by n. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. This is the average. What is the average value given? It is 27. So this is equal to 27. Fine. From this relation, you can find out the value of x. Cross multiply 4 and 27. So 4x plus 12 is equal to what? It is 108. 108. X will be 108 minus 12, that is 96 divided by 4, which is 24. Cross multiply, find the value of x. The value of x is 24. Okay. If the value of x is 24, you are asked to find the largest number. So x is 24. Largest number will be x plus 6. So add 6 to x. So 24 plus x is 30. So 30 is the largest number. Fine. So you should know how to formulate the given problem. Analyze your problem, find the facts, and then formulate your approach. 4 consecutive even integers. So we considered 4 consecutive even integers in this form. We applied the formula, found the value of x. From the value of x, we found what is the largest number. Consider this problem. Weight of 3 persons is 45 kilogram. The weight of the first and second person is 40 kilogram. And weight of the second and third person is 43 kilogram. You are asked to find the weight of the second person. So in this type of problem, as I said, you can well analyze the given problem. Weight of 3 persons. Consider, say, the person be A, B, and C. The weight of 3 persons A, B, and C is 45 kilogram. Fine. The weight of 3 persons is 45 kilogram in the sense it is an average value. Okay. Average weight. Okay. Average. Here also you can. So here the given average weight of 3 persons is 45 kilogram. Average weight of the first and the second person is 40 kilogram. The average weight of second and third person is 43 kilogram. We have considered the 3 people to be A, B, and C, and we have learnt about a relation average is equal to sum of all the elements that are considered by the total number of elements. So the sum of all the weights A plus B plus C is nothing but their average 45 into number of elements 1, 2, 3. It will give you 135. Sum of the first 2 people's weight A and B. The total value will be average 40 into 2, 80. Similarly 43 into 2, 86. So add these 2 equations. Let this be 1, 2, and 3. Fine. Add 2 and 3. 2 plus 3 will give you A plus 2B plus C. It's nothing but 166. Let this be equation 4. fourth equation minus first equation. Just subtract this first equation from the fourth equation. You can get the value of b. What is the value of b? That is 166 minus 135. So I have explained it in a very detailed manner, but it is a very simple computation. Subtracting equation 1 from equation 4, you get the value of b. So 31 kilogram. So this is the weight of the second person. So consider this problem. Raju took 5 chemistry tests. The average test score was 85. Here what they are meaning is the average of the test scores in all the 5 chemistry tests were 85. Now it is given that average of first 3 tests was 83. So he took 5 chemistry tests, average of all the 5 tests was 85, and in that the average of the first 3 tests was 83. You need to find the average of the 4th and 5th test. Okay. So as I said, let us consider the 5 tests as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Average of all these tests is 85. So what is the total score in all these tests? It can be easily found by multiplying the average by total number of tests, which is 425. 425 is the total test score in all the 5 chemistry tests. Average of the first 3 tests was 83. In this way, so 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. The total score in the first 3 tests will be 83 into 3. 249. Okay. So you have found the total test score. The total test score for the first 3 tests. Fine. So if you subtract 249 from 425, you will get the total test score of 4th and 5th. Am I right? That is, by subtracting the total test score of the first 3 tests from the total test score of the first 5 tests, you can find, subtracting 249 from 425, you will be able to get the total test score of 4th and 5th test. It is 176. What you are asked to find the average of the 4th and the 5th test score. So average is sum of the element, that is 176 by total number of the element, 1, 2. You are considering 2 tests. So you are subtracting 249 from 425. The value I've got is 176. 176 is the total test score of 4th and 5th test. You are asked to find the average of the 4th and the 5th test score. So average is sum by number of elements. You have got the sum, that is 176. Number of element is 2, 4th and 5th test. So what will be the answer? 88. So 88 will be the average of 4th and the 5th test. So in these cases, you go for formulation. Analyze the problem, substitute them into values, use those two relations. Whatever the problem in average be, it will be based upon only 2 mathematical relations. Average is equal to total sum by number of elements. From that you can find the sum, and in that manner you can approach your answer. So as I said at the starting of this particular discussion, instead of always going for a mathematical approach, you can apply your common sense. As I said, if the values are similar, the average of all the similar values will be the same value. You are asked to find the average of consecutive integers, say 2, 3, 4, 5. You are asked to find the average of 4 elements. You observe these 4 elements to be consecutive, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now just check out, given that they are consecutive integers, just check out the number of elements 1, 2, 3, 4. If the number of elements is even, that is you are having even number of elements, 4 elements, 6 or 8, 10, if the number of elements is even, then the arithmetic mean or the average will be nothing but the average of the middle two elements, that is 3 and 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 divided by 2 will be 3.5. Average of consecutive integers. In the case of consecutive integers, if the number of elements is even, average will be nothing but average of the middle two elements. For any number of even, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even in this range, you need not go for the usual approach, finding the sum of all the elements, dividing it by the total number of n. Instead, just check out the middle two elements. 3 plus 4 will be 7. 3 plus 4 will be 7. 7 divided by 6. So 7 by 6 will be your average value. Similarly, if you are considering say 1, 2, 3. What is the arithmetic mean of 1, 2 and 3? 1, 2 and 3 are consecutive integers. Number of elements is 3, which is an odd value. If the number of consecutive integers is odd, in that case the arithmetic mean will be the middle value. You did not find 1 plus 2 by 3 then dividing it by 3. Instead, the average will be the middle value. So consider a long series: 790, 791, 792, 793 and 794. So what is the average of these numbers? Analyze. They are consecutive: 90, 91, 92. Consecutive in the sense the interval is same. The increment value is 1. So these are consecutive integers. Just check out the number of elements: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The number of elements is odd. So you need not go for the usual approach. Instead, 792 will be your average. The middle value will be your average. You can straight away get into the answer. This is a problem related with the speed and distance. Speed, distance and time. We'll get on to that module later. But you can have a basic understanding of the relationship between the speed, distance and time. I hope you would be familiar with what is speed, the mathematical formula for speed. Speed is nothing but distance by time. So in that case, see, it is given, but in this case you will not use that formula exactly. It is given a person, he is traveling for the first 3 hours with a speed of 50 miles per hour. So Justin is driving the vehicle for the first 3 hours at a speed of 50 miles per hour. Now Justin is driving the vehicle for the next 2 hours at a average speed of 40 miles per hour. So for the first 3 hours he drives at a speed of 50 miles per hour, and for the next 2 hours it is 40 miles per hour. We are asking what is the average speed for the total journey. Time is given and speed is given, and you are asked to find the average speed. In this case, you can straight away go to the average formula. Average is nothing but the total sum by the total number of elements. Now, sum is nothing but the sum of the speeds. But in this case, we will not be talking about the simple average. Instead, we are going to consider a concept called weighted average. What do you mean by weighted average? That is, see, the question is, for the first 3 hours, Justin drove at an average speed of 50 miles per hour. What is given is already an average value. The 50 miles per hour is an average speed for 1 hour, and the data is given for 3 hours. So for 1 hour it is 50 miles per hour, the speed is, that you have to consider for 3 hours, and for the next 2 hours it is given as 40 miles per hour. So this is a case of weighted average. You need to consider proper weight for each case. That is, instead of going for 50 plus 40, multiply 50 miles per hour by this weight, 3 hours. That is 3 into 50. Speed for 1 hour, 50 miles per hour into 3. This will give you the total speed for the 3 hours. This we call it as weight. Now you have to add with 40 for 2. 2 into 40. Okay. Now you have to find the average speed for the total journey. So the total journey consists of how many hours? 5 hours. 3 plus 2, 5. So it is divided by 5 hours. Answer will be 150 plus 80, that is 230, divided by 5. 5 fours are 26. 46 miles per hour. Fine. Okay. So understand it conceptually. What is given is speed per hour. For 1 hour the average speed is 50 miles, which is continued for the first 3 hours. For the next 2 hours it is 40 miles per hour. So you are asked to find the average speed for the total journey. The total journey consists of 5 hours. So the number of element is 5. But you cannot straight away add 50 plus 40. You need to go for a weighted average. 50 into 3 plus 40 into 2 divided by 5. 230 by 5, it is 46 miles per hour. So this is the average speed for the total journey. Fine. Okay. Now this question can be transformed into a different manner. So we will discuss it in the next problem. This is a small, there is a small change when you compare this problem and the previous problem. In the previous problem, exactly the average speed for 1 hour and the speed for the total time duration was given. In this case, distance is given. For the first 100 miles, your average speed is 50 miles per hour. And for the next 120 miles, the average speed is 40 miles per hour. In this case, the time is not given. You are asked to find the average speed, in which you are not given the value time. Instead, distance is given and the speed is given. But you need to find the value of time in order to find the average speed. In this case, the formula speed is equal to distance by time comes handy. Speed is equal to distance by time. Fine. So for the first distance 100 miles, you can find the speed S1. What is the S1? I'm sorry. S1 is equal to D1 by T1. Consider. You have speed 50 miles per hour, distance 100 miles. From this you can find time. So T1 is equal to D1 by S1. That is 100 miles by 50 miles per hour is equal to 2 hours. Fine. Similarly, you can find the value of T2. T2 is equal to D2 by S2. 120 miles by 40 miles per hour, it is 3 hours. Fine. So you have found the value of time. Now given the variable 3 and 2, you can go for the same. Average speed is equal to 3 into 40 plus 2 into 50 by 5. 120 plus 100. 120 plus 100 is 44. So 44 miles per hour. Fine. So when distance is given, find the time and then go for the average speed, because you need to find the total number of elements. So answer is 44 miles per hour.